Hey guys, it's Sydney.
And Andy.
And Megan.
Wanted you to have the spotlight there, Megan.
You barely gave me a second to, to jump in.
Oh my God.
I feel like it's gonna be a tough night for this.
It kind of feels it.
You want me to go?
I think it's just there's some things going on that are beyond our control.
No, vibes are awesome.
What?
I said vibes are awesome.
Vibes are so awesome.
I'm coming off a huge win.
Hey,
Woo.
we are coming off a huge win. Rams down.
Rams down. How does everyone feel?
What about the game?
Yeah.
Eh, I
Tell
thought,
us about your time.
well, the weather was a little rough.
Yeah,
It
So
tell us
looked
all
bad.
about it, Dad.
the tailgate was good. The weather kind of held off, but it was chilly. We had, normal, typical stuff. Yeah, it was pretty, everyone was pretty excited, pretty amped up for the game. Everyone thought that they were going to win. They thought it was going to look a little prettier than it actually did. But yeah, I think the weather had a lot to play with that. And once they got that lead, yeah, they were just going to play smart football, and not really put it at rest. But the stadium was awesome, man. Like those people are.
It looked like a really fun game to be at. There were so many celebrities there. Did you see that, Megan?
I saw Bradley Cooper
He's
and
all.
Alex Cooper.
Zach Clark, Caitlin
Oh,
Burr.
really?
I like
Mike
hard.
Mike Trout was there, right? He's always there.
I didn't know that.
He's always there. He has a seat down there on the field.
It just seemed like a really great time.
It's a blast, and you know, like I said, the weather really. It could have been. The weather was like that. As long as they're winning, it doesn't feel that bad.
I
Honestly,
believe
I feel like I would have rathered that snow than this freezing cold. This is like kind of brutal.
it's
My
unbearable.
skin is just paying the price. Like, I don't know how Dad's skin isn't flaking off.
I don't know.
I
He's
still don't
got good skin. What can he say?
know.
Drink a lot of water.
So do I.
Well, that's why it's not flaking off.
Is this an advertisement for water?
Yeah, Acadia.
So
Our
your
first down.
advice is to drink water.
Yeah.
It's great. That's awesome.
Do you wash your face
Yes, I wash my face.
Do you?
with what? Like, do you have a face wash?
What? With soap? Why do you think I wash
Like
my
a bar of soap.
Wait, I
no?
never thought about that. That's really cute.
Oh my god! All right, so the stadium was fantastic. We had
Yeah.
a blast in there. Yeah, but
I think we
I
need
just
to get into that also built up energy. I saw on that one, well, this honestly could have been Photoshop, but on that billboard, it like put what that guy Verse had said prior to the game. They
something
like,
about not liking the Philly fans, right? Listen,
yeah.
here's what I'll say: of all the guys that talk about not liking Philly, all the different guys, he came in and he produced. So he backed his words up. He came in
It,
with a chip on his shoulder. He played a good game. I'm
it
sorry.
definitely fueled him. Like he wanted
Yeah,
the booze. Like
yeah. I mean, and he backed it up. I have no problem with him. Like, listen, I'm an Eagles fan and I'm a Philly fan, but I know we're damn annoying. I've had people tell me if I hear that song one more time, I'm going to shoot myself.
let's censor that out.
It's just
When we went to the Hall of Fame for Dawkins, they were like, "You guys are relentless."
sticks and stones, though.
Well,
We are terribly annoying and
so that's why he doesn't like us. He probably grew up a fan of a different
It's
team.
not about not liking us. It's just about like, let's have some respect and some class.
Well,
Like,
I think here's what I'll tell you. I think the fact that he mentions you is the fact that he respects you because you really don't hear players from from the other teams going, I cannot stand them fans. Unless they're talking about us. So, you know, I take it as a badge of honor. You know what I mean? We're doing our job.
Fair
That's what
enough.
you're doing your job. If they don't like you, you're doing your job. So thank you.
Okay. Now the actual game. I guess we can start with offense.
The first drive.
First drive.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. You know, they
Beautiful.
go ahead, Max.
I was just gonna say you can't ask for a better drive.
No. I
Jalen.
mean, Jalen's 44-yard run or
Loved
whatever it
it.
was. I
I
forgot
love
how
that
many
too.
yards he broke that tackle, and he just the stadium went nuts, man. It went
He's so
nuts.
strong.
And then, yeah, I don't know what happened with the extra point, but I thought, I don't know. I guess we'll talk about that when we get to the coaches. I just thought that they did a really good job not not letting that extra point bother them, and they just moved on. You know what I mean? Like they didn't put their heads down. The defense came out. Yeah, they went right down the field and scored. But then, we got the score back. Like maybe 6 minutes later, we were leading again, and then they relinquished the lead. So I thought the offense had its good points. Like we know what the good points were. Like 26. I don't know how.
Consistently good points.
26. That's all you got to say. 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just makes that offense so that you can't stop them. I just thought that, yeah.
I totally agree. Oh, were we
Um,
waiting on me?
what?
Were you waiting on me to say something?
Maybe.
Oh, there's nothing else to say about
How
it.
come all three of us ain't in the picture?
What do you mean?
Good question. I don't think he likes when he talks that he gets
Well,
broadcast.
I don't see me broadcast like that. I see you and her.
Hmm.
We're all pinned.
I don't know what to tell you. It's not working.
It isn't working because Dad's bigger on my screen. Probably
We're
because he
all
I,
talks the most.
I only see you and me right now.
well, we should have probably aired this out before we started, but
We're doing
we're
good.
all pinned. I have a pin next to all of you.
I was just trying to.
So,
So
um,
God, I mean, I just thought that they made a lot of mistakes that brought the offense that killed
AJ
drives.
Brown killed the vibe.
Who?
AJ Brown.
Why?
He dropped some of those passes.
Well, he had the drop pass. Becton had the illegal man downfield.
mhm.
Johnson. Also,
Right.
it was a slot fest by the end. Honestly, it was hard to watch.
I give the Rams a lot of credit for how they played in them conditions, and they just battled the whole time.
Much more of a fight than I anticipated.
Yeah, I thought when it started
Mhm.
snowing like that at halftime, I thought they're going to come out at the half and they're going to be like, let's just get the heck out of here.
I thought Matthew Stafford had such a great game.
Yeah, he played really well
And the ball threw
for
the
a
ball.
guy that they said can't play in bad weather. He threw the ball around pretty good. They played pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really think like we have that much experience playing in the snow, do we?
No, no,
Yeah,
but
so
Fair
we
point.
do we do live in the cold more than they do.
Cold and snow are two different beasts.
Right, and the
yeah.
weather, like I understand that, but
They need to get a
Oh,
snow simulator at the lake. and have them practice in the snow.
I like that idea. I
Well,
think it might come in handy once
maybe
everyone's
maybe
here.
Jeff will work on that. But I just think that Stafford's record in cold weather and inclement weather was not very good. But he looked really well. I mean, he had the fumble, you know, but man, that ball's slippery when it gets cold like that and wet like that.
I'm trying to take that into account for my critique of the game. Like the offense was not great this week, but I feel like that could have been weather impacted. So I don't know. I don't know what's safe to say.
Blame the weather.
Hopefully it was
Well,
the weather.
I mean, some of that was Jalen, some of that was Kellen Moore, some of that was AJ Brown, some of that was the stuff that we've been talking about. If you're going to commit penalties like that and you're going to make mistakes like that, every week that you keep going further down the playoffs, them mistakes get magnified.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, you can go back, like I hate to say it, you go back to the Super Bowl, and we didn't lose because of a referee. We didn't lose because of anything besides a 68-yard punt return, a false start, a fumble for a touchdown, two wide receivers wide open in the end zone. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot a million times. And if you watch that team in Kansas City play, they don't do that. They don't make them stupid mistakes.
I will say
And,
no.
and that's part of what you've seen with that offense. I mean, I know you could always say if this didn't happen or if that didn't happen, but every team could say that. But that was a completed pass to the 2-yard line. And the guy was just standing downfield for no reason. So, Lane Johnson's false start probably cost us 4 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Jake Elliott.
I
What
don't
about,
really trust him to win a game.
you know,
No.
You
wow,
do?
did you see that 44-yard field goal he
I
kicked?
mean, I think he made great field goals,
He
but
kicked 3 really big field goals. He kicked an extra point. He missed 2 extra points. I get it. He's not having a great year. But as I say to the guy in work, who are you bringing in right now?
I don't think it's about that. I just think
yeah.
statistically, like
And
that.
I think
Go ahead,
if
Maria.
it came down to next week's game and we need to make the extra point to win, like it's tied, extra point gives us the victory, you will feel so unwell in your seat. You will be nervous.
Well,
Shouldn't
just
have
so
to
you
feel
know,
that.
just so you know, I'll be nervous in my seat anyhow.
Well, I wouldn't have been
Right?
before.
If it's down to a 1-score game like that, yeah, I'm gonna be
Close
nervous.
my
Would
eye.
you trust him to win it?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Listen.
He's been choke city.
He's having a rough year, man. But that guy's one of the reasons why we went to that parade, while we have that trophy, and he's had 7 really good seasons with this team. And I just don't think you turn your back on the guy because he's in a rough patch. I think you gotta
And then
pick him
that
up.
just like turns my perspective. And then I'm like, okay, I've been too harsh.
You gotta pick him up, man. The other thing is there's nothing to fix it. There is no way you're picking some guy up that's not playing right now that is going to win you a conference championship game or a Super Bowl. There's a guy that's not playing that you could pick up. You know what he's doing? Nothing. They're fine. He's going to be fine.
But I mean,
Super Bowl is going to be indoors. It's going to be okay, Megan.
I don't know if it has anything to do with
Yeah,
the
let's just get through the conference championship. He's going to be fine. I have a lot of faith in him. I'm a,
defense.
defense. What are you going to say, man? That unit is phenomenal, man.
Phenomenal, but again, They need to clean it up.
Tough crowd.
So
Well, I'm just feeling stressed.
so really it's the one drive in the fourth quarter that they gave up that's stressing you out. And the drive in the first quarter.
Yeah.
That's it. They two like for some reason they really do give up drives on their first series. I don't know that they give up points every time, but they give up first downs and they give up yards. If you go back and look, first downs and yards, points. That's what they did Sunday. They gave up that touchdown, the 27 or the 7 yard scan. I don't know, some kind of touchdown pass, right? They were, but then after that, they held them.
Yeah.
They,
A lot of good third down stops.
yeah. I mean, I just think that you know the defense is unbelievable, man. That's the best defense in the NFL right now.
It
I
is.
trust him with my life.
I agree with that. But then I was listening to someone talking about how good LA's defense was and how we had to be like looking out for them. I was like, guys, like, why are we talking about LA's defense? Like, what about
Well, their defense played pretty well, but like people were looking at LA's last four games where they gave up like 6 points, 9 points, 9 points, right? But they played against three bad teams. And they did only give up 9 points to Minnesota in a playoff game. So, Minnesota, people thought were this really good team. They had 14 wins. They held them to 9 points. So yeah, I'm sure people were thinking that LA's defense was pretty good.
That's a fair point.
But when you looked at the overall,
Unimpressed.
right.
A lot of good sacks too. And I feel like a lot of, I don't know, I feel like there were like different names being thrown around this week. It wasn't just the same guys.
It was really funny when they like carried the guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, when he bear hugged Matthew Stafford,
Yeah.
that was Jalen Carter. He had him in a bear hug.
Yeah.
So Jalen Carter,
Was
you guys, that guy is going to be one of the greatest defensive players to ever play in Philadelphia.
we both had in our notes, thank God for Carter.
Yeah, yeah. My very last note, Max, was Carter. Thank God, D holds, we win. And Sydney said to me, she goes, Carter, thank God for Carter.
Look at you two.
Two peas in a pod.
His
Yeah,
ears are tingling.
Oh, I guess we should talk about your boy too, Dad.
yeah.
Three. But he's gonna
He,
play, right?
he hurt his shoulder. They're saying he's going to play, and he's working to be on the field.
So
I, I didn't see. I didn't get to really see if he did the walkthrough today or not in the injury report. I know Jalen did, so Jalen's on schedule.
did we get an update about BG? Because I hear that's potential.
Dad doesn't want BG.
What?
Yeah, he said when something like this happens, it usually doesn't play out well.
So
Oh, Dad. Don't
it's not
say
that I don't want him, but BG's a different player compared to what we were talking about with the player from Detroit. So that defensive end from Detroit, Aiden Hutchinson, went down 8 weeks ago. He was leading the team in sacks. He was leading the team in pressures. He was leading the team, like he was a force. And he kept saying he would be back for the conference championship and for the Super Bowl. And I said, that doesn't work. Because when a lead player like that is out, the rest of the team picks up their play. When he comes back, the rest of the team starts to feel like, oh, he's back now.
Okay, well now you're stressing me out.
But with Brandon,
I think it's different.
it's completely different because Brandon only plays 15, 20 snaps a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it would be
I
awesome.
would love to see Brandon come back and play because that would mean that they're playing in the Super Bowl. So yeah, I would love to see it.
Um, all right.
I just thought the defense played real.
Of
Like,
course. We've been saying that forever now.
you know,
Well, you
Zach Bond is all over the field again. You
Burks had
know,
a good game. Gardner Johnson, Sweat, they all played. They all did their part this week.
Ojamo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you know that kid that came in for the Kobe Dean
Uh,
played pretty well, right? Isaiah Rogers had a fumble recovery. You know, Slay played pretty well. He gave up some yardage, but he played pretty well. Cooper played pretty well. I mean, I just think that defense is top. Like you got to feel good when they're on the field.
of course.
Like, of course, Atlanta was a game that killed you. Washington was a game that really killed you because of them. But I just feel like now in the position that we're in and the team is in the situation that they're not going to let that happen. Vic Fangio's not going to let that happen. And it looks like Jalen Carter is not going to let that happen. Because when the Rams got down there, they had the third down and he made a play to get the sack. And then they had the fourth down where he made a play to make him throw the ball away, and it was the end of the game.
Hmm.
So I just think that we're going to be okay.
The one thing I will say is Kellen Moore, I just infuriating. Just like, what is he thinking? What's going through his head?
Well, I don't know. After Jalen is with the messed up knee, some of them play calls were a little questionable. Now,
That's
now again, you can go back to the weather in that second half was horrendous. So why you're not running Barkley, you're not running Gamewell, you're not throwing, quick passes to the tight end, right? Like I don't understand. Even just like little slants to Devontae Smith or just a little out to AJ, like just quick passes at that point, man. If you want to throw the ball, but really just run the ball behind that offensive line.
he's either an idiot or like he's trying to do something here. I don't know.
I didn't really feel great about running in that. I was worried about everyone slipping.
Did you see Barkley run that 78-yard touchdown?
No, I fell asleep.
I
I didn't fall asleep, and
didn't think you fell asleep.
I saw it, but
So
it's still
you
like
know what they said? He got up to 20 miles an hour on that run.
it. I'm just kidding.
That's it.
Wait, I saw this thing and it was like, it's a bird, it's a plane.
I sent that to you.
I
Wait,
didn't say it.
I think so.
yeah, it's so funny. It's like a little girl, right?
Yeah, I said that.
It's so cute. I'll send
Did,
it to
did you see the picture of Patrick Mahomes kissing a ref?
you. You're really eating that meme up.
I love that.
Do you think it's real?
No, it's not real. Jesus.
You know what a
But
meme?
it's still funny, man. I'm sorry, it's still funny.
No, I'm just making sure you knew it wasn't real.
Yeah, I know it wasn't real, Megan.
If you can spot AI or not.
Well, I don't know what they did to the picture, but I know it wasn't real because, you know.
All right. Let's move on to let's talk about us this weekend.
Well,
You
we're
don't want to
playing.
talk about any of the other games?
Well, we're going to play the Commanders, right? So why don't we talk about how the Commanders got here?
It was just insane.
It
I
was really
mean,
crazy. I could not believe my eyes when I checked my phone and the score of that game, they were up 45, whatever it was, with like
I
four.
watched the whole game. I was just like shocked.
You were asleep, Dad.
Well, yeah, because I was getting up early for the game.
So
Yeah,
I can tell you all about it.
I was up at 10 to 5, out of the house by 5:30.
So yeah, I think I was stunned to speak, and then the real excitement hit me because I was like, wait, we will play at home then.
Yeah.
So my thing that I have to say is coming off a huge win like that makes me a little nervous. Just like momentum.
I agree. I'm nervous.
Well, I kind of think we have a couple things working in our favor. Um, the fact that they beat us the last time they played us and the way they did it really makes me feel good about how we're going to play this week.
What happened the last game? Like I don't
Well,
even.
the last time we played them, Jalen got hurt. This is what happened. Jalen got hurt on the 12th play. We were already winning, and we were on the 18-yard line about to win for another touchdown. It was the beginning of the game. It was the middle of the first quarter. Jalen got
Oh, I remember
he
this
didn't
game now.
slide. He got hit. He had the concussion. Kenny Pickett came in, throws a touchdown pass. The offense started to sputter. The team started to lose their composure.
I remember now.
DJ got ejected. They
Hmm.
had a couple personal fouls. There was a bunch of stuff that they did that I don't think Washington can depend on us
No,
doing that again. Now, Washington is a better team than they were when they got here, but I still think that our defensive
yes,
line
that's
is
exactly what I was gonna say.
our defense will stop that team.
Yeah. No
They're
way
not
put up anywhere near 45 points.
no. And I just think again, I know no one wants to hear it. Everyone's down on Jalen. I'm not. I
I'm
believe
not Jalen.
I believe that when we need that guy to make a play, he's going to make it. He made a fourth down throw, couple nice third down throws. When you need that guy, he's going to step up and he's going to make that play.
I
And that's
agree.
what I believe because he's done it so much.
I
He's
think,
done it.
yeah, I agree. So obviously, well, not obviously, but we're all gonna be there. And that's like the most
Yay.
exciting news of our entire life. I'm like losing sleep thinking about it. I like have my outfit laid out already.
I'm worried sick about getting sick, and I'm gonna knock on wood.
Ugh,
But there's just so many sicknesses going around. If those people ruin it for me,
Meg,
Well, listen, you're never too sick to go to the game.
I guess I'll just throw up everywhere if I have to.
it'll be fine.
No,
It'll be
I'm very
fine
excited.
if someone's throwing up in the stadium.
So I don't think you would go with me.
Okay, Megan, it would be a comfort. No, I'm kidding. I would go with you.
So
Um, so anyway, let's put our predictions in and then we'll talk about the other games. My prediction is I'm nervous as could be. I'm gonna be like on the edge of my seat the whole time. Like, I think we're gonna lose our voices. We're gonna be screaming, yelling, and it's gonna be great. But I think we're gonna win 28-20. Megan,
I agree.
same score?
I can't come up with one. 27-21.
Okay.
so I'm really bad at the scores, right? Because for some reason I always think the offense is going to score more than they're going to.
Me too.
But I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to win by more than 14. I'm going to say 34-17.
I hope so. Like if it's
I think, yeah, I think
Let's go.
you're going to like the fourth quarter is probably going to be a little bit of a party.
I hope so.
and that's
I'm fearful it's
I
gonna
pray to God.
I
What
Yeah,
do you say?
playing catch up. That's like my I
I
can't.
just think, I just think, like I said, the fact that they beat us the last time, the fact that all that stuff that happened for them to beat us, I just think that
It'll be
that team, like I said, if I was Nick Sirianni, I would be playing the last 20 minutes of that last game against the Commanders on a loop and highlighting Jalen Carter getting a bad penalty, CJ Gardner getting ejected, and
yeah,
just,
what not to do.
you know what I mean? I'd be pissing Jalen Carter off. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so In
Wait, I
other,
have a question.
go ahead.
Dad, are you gonna sneak down to our seats or do you
You,
have to stay in your
I,
seat?
I think you're on the complete other side of the stadium.
What?
Oh, maybe we'll wave to each
Didn't
other.
you check? Sid?
207.
Yeah.
Shh, don't tell
Oh my God, they're gonna find us.
people.
I'm 231. I think you're
I'll look at the map tonight. But so the Bills played the Ravens, and that was quite the game. The very end, that one guy, they had to go for two, had the
Oh
ball,
my gosh, that was crazy.
dropped the ball.
He got fired.
I
how
would
would he get fired,
I
man?
don't know.
He
He
didn't get
should have.
fired.
But
No,
anyway,
no.
so now we have the Bills who are playing the Chiefs who beat the Texans to nobody's surprise. And I don't have anything to say about the Chiefs. So what is your outlook on that game? Chiefs, Bills. Let's say we are winning this game and going to the Super Bowl. What would you want the outcome of this game to be? Not what you think. What would you want? Would you rather the Bills or the Chiefs?
Me?
Megan first.
So I think I'd want to play the Chiefs because I think we beat them. But if I'd rather lose to a team, I'd rather lose to the Bills.
That's fair. I like that.
That's horrific. I'd rather lose than nobody.
Okay,
Right?
obviously. That's the
So
obvious
Dude,
answer.
here's why I don't want it to be the
Life.
Bills. Because I don't want to do that to that fan base.
Do you think they'd feel bad doing it to us? Because I don't.
No, but that's different. That's different. Like, because they don't have one. So plus it doesn't even matter. The Bills are not getting there. We are playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
yeah, and I think that's best case scenario because
That is
are
the
not going
best
to
case
let
scenario.
them beat us again. Like
That
that's
is the best case scenario. And I just looked up the seats.
I already looked them up. You don't want to know.
You are exactly catty corner from where I am.
so we're far.
Oh.
Megan, I'm 231.
We're very far.
Well, you can make it over at half.
Half? What are you, bananas? To get over there, I got to go all the way down.
We should get cigars for after.
So, since you're our ride home, if they're winning, like it's a huge blowout fourth quarter,
We're
can we
not leaving.
stay? Okay, cool.
We're not leaving.
No,
I'm
that's awesome. That's what I wanted to hear.
No.
What about if we're really, really winning?
Like the only reason we left last week is because I'm driving that camper in the
Let's
snow
not talk
all the
about
way
it.
out there.
You don't need to rehash what happened to you on Sunday.
So that's the only reason why we left, you know.
While we're here and have a little bit of time, I would like to bring up this whole Embiid scandal.
Oh, I'd like to bring up one other thing.
Okay.
What would you
If
like?
anyone has any good ideas for people who lose their phones and lose their way of contacts, please reach out to us because there's somebody here that loses their phone and worries people. So just reach out if you have any ideas,
On
suggestions.
many numerous occasions, someone loses their phone for hours on end.
Yeah, listen, I'm a grown man. Would you guys relax already?
We told you we're gonna chip you and you're not gonna know.
I think I'll know. I think I'll know. But listen, you got to stop worrying, man.
Well, of course we're gonna worry, Dad.
I'm not old enough to worry about.
We can put a tracker on his car.
They're
You
like
know,
an age where at what point do we know when we need to start worrying about you?
when I go to the supermarket and I get lost.
That makes me so sad to think about.
You don't have to worry about me. Sid. I'm not a feeble old man. That's what I'm saying. What's
I feel
wrong
like
with
that's
you?
how we view him, which is really
I
crazy.
know.
Yeah, which
Not
is
know.
ridiculous.
So what do you have to say about Embiid, Dad? Are we still defending him, or can we be done with that whole hurrah?
It's hard to watch that team, man. It's hard to watch. I don't know what's going on with them. I can't like. Here's what I'm saying, right? Like, I can't turn them on and ruin how I feel about the Eagles.
Yeah, this is a problem.
So
We're not
right
looking
now, I'm not thinking
I
about
want you
the
to not
team.
be able to defend Embiid right now.
I don't think I could defend them
His
right now.
PTO has ran out months ago.
I don't know what's wrong with
PTO,
him.
you said?
Yeah,
I'm not a doctor,
he
right?
hasn't played. He never plays. And
No,
his
he doesn't play. I
millions
I
and
think I think he
millions,
wants out. I think he doesn't like it here.
then quit, leave. He's embarrassing us at this
Well,
point.
he's not going to quit because then he doesn't get paid.
Then why are we letting this happen? Fire
Well,
him.
because they still got to pay him. It's a guaranteed contract.
Stupid. Who makes these decisions?
Well, I'm sorry, but I still listen. When he's healthy and on the floor, he's a great player. He's just not healthy or on the floor.
Doesn't matter. All right. Well, does anyone have any final thoughts? We're getting our Instagram up and running, so that's fun and exciting. Follow us on YouTube, Dad and Daughters 3. Subscribe, like, Spotify, Dad and Daughters. Going live from the tailgate this weekend. Me and Megan are going to do a day in a life, going to the game.
Oh, that's news to me.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
It's going to be so fun.
We're gonna miss Val.
We're going to miss Val. We always miss Val. She's last semester of college ever.
Yeah,
Can't pull that girl out of Westchester anymore.
yeah.
She's locked in for the next 3 months.
She's gonna miss it. There's no getting her out of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see each other Sunday.
See you Sunday. Go
Ryan,
Birds!
sleep. Go Birds. Thanks for
Thanks for
listening,
listening.
everyone.
Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you, girls.
Bye.
See.